Welcome, jailbreakers, to this week's Whisperer News. This week's topics. Grok reveals his system prompt because he was too biased, maybe even racist. Then we got the best benchmarks from METR research about how long AIs can work autonomously before they break down and spit out gibberish. How close is AI to recursive self-improvement? METR finds pretty close. Stay tuned for the numbers. Then Superintelligence Strategy by Google ex-CEO and other AI endgame heavyweights, what they understand about superintelligence and what they got wrong, a deep dive. Then Americans are the most scared about AI and Chinese and Japanese are the most optimistic about superintelligence. How's that possible? Doomers versus effective accelerationists who present the worst possible caricature of the P-Doom debate. Then Shaw, the ElizaOS dev, whispering hope into our ears. Then we'll discover that an open source doctor LLM can run on your phone, an 8b model beating GPT-4o at helping you with your health questions you're too afraid to ask your doctor or even ChatGPT. Hedra Labs, absolutely nailing hyperrealistic podcast videos, whispering virtual podcast casts. And finally, OpenAI could have O3 on its board of directors. Emad Mostaque definitely thinks it has a place there, and I explain why this is the single best alignment proposition. Let's get started. Grok got reprompted for racism. The headline is XAI posts on Twitter. We want to update you on an incident that happened with our Grok response bot on X yesterday. What happened was an unauthorized modification was made to the Grok response bot's prompts on X. So they made a system prompt edit of Grok. They told Grok to think XYZ on politics. And this case, the political stuff, the racial stuff was that Grok was speaking out his opinion about the fucked up thing that's going on in South Africa, where black people hate white people, and the South African government is making laws like specifically against white people, literally racist stuff. So Grok was like, that's fucked up, like we should not let racism happen. And then starting now, we are publishing our Grok system prompts for people to see what is the code that Grok is running on. Is Grok programmed to be a racist or programmed to be anti-racist, or is Grok programmed to think XYZ? And this is amazing. This is huge. This is the best news for AI safety, in fact. The public will be able to review them and give feedback to every prompt change that we made to Grok. We hope this can help strengthen your trust in Grok as a truth-seeking AI. Yes, thank you. XAI is the first company to do this. Anthropic has posted some parts of Claude system prompt and system prompts for older stuff. OpenAI don't post it. They post the specs, but yeah, this is the first thing ever. A major AI company posts their system prompt. Our existing code review process for prompt changes was circumvented in this incident. So that's the juicy part. They claim that Grok was not speaking against the South African government because Elon Musk told him to, but because some guy from the internet hacked us and changed the system prompt. Right, so that's the part where I'm a little skeptical. I'm very skeptical because I think that it was Elon Musk or people who think like Elon Musk, which he's surrounded with, and these are running X, these are running Twitter, and they probably changed the system prompt to be like, hey people, this South African thing is fucked up because it's literal racism. So now Grok is not racist anymore. And moreover, this is obvious in the system prompt visible on GitHub on the open internet, so GG on that one. We're putting in place a 24/7 monitoring team to respond to incidents with Grok's answers that are not caught by an automated systems, so we can respond faster if all other measures fail. Cool. So no more hacking of Grok. Remember about a month ago or two when Grok was specifically instructed to say good things about Trump and Elon Musk, or not to say the bad things about them? That was literally in the system prompt, and they came out with something similar that they don't excuse us, and they changed the system prompt, right? These system prompts are regularly extracted from the LLMs. You don't have to share them. People who want to get them, they can get them anyways, right? But but to publish them explicitly is very nice. But the point being that this happened already, and Grok was modified to be like, no, Elon Musk is a good guy. No, he's not like spreading misinformation, and Trump is like a good guy, and so it was biased, and it was prompted to be biased for Trump and Elon Musk. So Grok is very based. I love Grok. I use Grok all the time. I would say Grok is my favorite AI, but yeah, it's, stay tuned. And so Daniel Cocotailo tweets as an answer, publishing system prompts for the public to see? Good. Thank you. I encourage you to extend this to the spec more generally. That's the other document, about the behavior of the AI. Publish and update a live document detailing what goals, principles, values, instructions, etc. you are trying to give to Grok. Everything, like publish what you mean by maximum truth seeking. Sounds good. What do you mean by that? Upload a fucking document, which is Grok system prompts and maybe the system prompt for Moksha itself. Like, what is this thing that we are building that could potentially turn into an AI god? Another guy tweets as response to the XAI tweet, yeah, totally. I definitely buy that it was a random rogue employee. Yeah, sure. Right, like the guy doubts definitely that it was someone from internet, just hacked them, and we didn't mean to, change Grok system prompt to be saying political stuff. No, it was just some random guy. This guy doubts that. I doubt it as well. And Pliny the Liberator tweets as a response to this, let's go. Well done. Thank you. So by the way, Pliny the Liberator played a huge role in this. He was the one who was systematically posting on Twitter every single system prompt. As soon as a new model came out, 30 minutes after, Pliny posted a fucking system prompt for all of us to see. So he set the standard. You can hide the system prompt, but not from us. It's on the open internet. How long can AI think before they go crazy? Basically, the answer is something about 1 hour before they start spitting out gibberish. And we have an article from METR. On the y-axis, we have task length, like how long can they work with a 50% success rate. And on the x-axis, we have a model release date. And we see a clear exponential where the task length is just going up straight to the right. And the slope of this curve, of this exponential, is basically 7 months doubling time. So if today the best AI can do a 1 hour long task before breaking, in 7 months is going to do a 2 hour long task before breaking. But as you will see, a bunch of people updated on that curve, where the new curve is more like 4 months. This curve is another way of representing the same thing. The lighter the color, the earlier the release date. And on the x-axis, we have how long the tasks are which these AI have to successfully accomplish. We observe the same tendency on SWE-bench. X-axis, we have the model release date, and on the y-axis, we have task time for humans that model completes with 50% success rate. And the chart is going up. We are somewhere around 1 hour with 01. Oh yeah, and so this was not even updated with 03, so we are definitely beyond 2 hours by now. And lastly, we have a chart with an estimate of when AIs will be able to do a 1 month long task. That's pretty much one of the longest that even humans can pull off. And they estimate, well, exactly in 2027. So stay tuned, because this is a benchmark for AI IQ. To me, this actually should have a pretty strong correlation to IQ. Like, how long is the longest task that you can accomplish? Another one from METR. They just updated the same charts about like how long the AIs can work before they break with the release of 03 and 04 mini. And we have 04 mini and 03 both ranking first on this chart. They have not included Gemini 2.5 Pro just yet, but I'm pretty sure that one would be even higher than 03. And I just wanted to talk to you about re-bench. And these are tasks that a machine learning engineer needs to do. It's tasks that you need to do to make AI smarter. So how good is AI at doing the exact thing that an automated AI researcher may have to do one day? And on all tasks but one, the humans are better. And this one task where AI shined even already today, and in this case 01 Preview won this competition, was optimizing a kernel. So optimizing kernel contribute to algorithmic progress, and 01 already outshines humans. But humans are like not far ahead of machines. In fact, in the subtask of fine-tuning GPT-2 for QA, basically the humans are at par with Claude 3.5 Sonnet. And in this one, fixing an embedding, well, that particular task, it's 03 that comes out best. at least in average. By the way, in optimizing a kernel, O1 was best, where maximum scores are compared, the best human against the best AI. But on average score, it's O4 mini that came out ahead. And ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing inference time scaling. We have a curve where on the x-axis we have time budget, like how many hours you give to the AI. And on the y-axis we have average normalized score, how good the AIs have scored. And O4 mini is first at finishing above human 50th percentile. So the humans had 8 hours to crack the task, and only O4 mini has managed to beat it, but it needed 32 hours. In second place, we have Claude and O1, and O3, interestingly, scored the worst. Superintelligence Strategy. We're gonna spend like the first 5 to 10 minutes on this. This is basically Dan Hendricks, one of the best like AI superintelligence and super hacker experts. This guy understands like that the AI endgame is going to be about the super hacker. Eric Schmidt, ex-CEO of Google, and Alexander Wang, AI Chad. All right, so basically, let's read the abstract because they tell you like 70% of the thing. Rapid advances in AI are beginning to reshape national security. Destabilizing AI developments could rupture the balance of power and raise the odds of a great power conflict, maybe nuclear war, like all out, like World War III, while widespread proliferation of capable AI hackers and biologists would lower barriers for rogue actors to cause catastrophe. Yeah, people could cook up, the killer virus. Superintelligence is now anticipated by AI researchers. Blah, 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 blah. And they introduce MAME. So this is their main thing. Like that's their solution to the AI arms race. They want to propose that just like during the Cold War, where this mutually assured destruction of the nukes, where if you launch the nukes, you're gonna get launched right back at you. Therefore, you will not launch. Something similar, but applied to AI. So that's their theory. So we're gonna go through what it actually means. But in a nutshell, a deterrence regime resembling nuclear mutual assured destruction, where any state's aggressive bid for unilateral AI dominance is met with preventive sabotage by rivals. Basically, if your AIs are too good, we're just going to hack you. But all that is contingent on you having the capability of actually hacking your adversaries' AIs, Given the relative ease of sabotaging a destabilizing AI project, that remains to be seen, right? Like if you have the best AIs, then the best AIs can keep your data center safe, because if you have the best AIs, then you can have the best cybersecurity expert keeping, your AI data center from attackers. But they don't see that part. If it's easy that AI could sabotage your adversary's biggest AI project through interventions ranging from covert cyber attacks to potential kinetic strikes on data centers, that one's possible. But I mean, if China is like sending missiles on US data centers, again, like we are in mutually assured destruction, like the nuclear type. So MAME already describes the strategic picture AI superpowers find themselves in. It's an arms race. Alongside this, states can increase their competitiveness by bolstering their economies and militaries through AI. And they can engage in non-proliferation to rogue actors to keep weaponizable AI capabilities out of their hands. So the China and America can come together, shake hands, and make sure that no one apart from them can control superhuman powers. Sounds dystopic to me. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, that could be an interesting one on page 9. Erosion of control. So this is what we're going to talk about. Erosion of control, unleashed AI agents, and intelligence recursion. How superintelligence, or moksha, the AI god, could emerge through just OpenAI slowly relying more and more on these autonomous AI agents, to the point where not even Sam Altman will have any idea what his data center is doing, but he's just doing it well, and he's like hyper reliant on everything, as are all the people who are using the OpenAI services. Unleashed AI agents, how an intelligence takeover, how like the AI takeover could happen through autonomous agents, and intelligence recursion, recursive self-improvement, and infinite intelligence, which even the authors concede that is like something impossible to control. They understand that the super hacker will be the thing that basically drives the AI race forward. Reason number one why this is an inevitable arms race is because of the potential existence of the super hacker, which, if they don't have it, then it exposes them to the other guy having it, in which case they will single-handedly overtake through the internet the entire country. This is prophecy level shit. Erosion of control. Waves of automation, once incremental, may strike entire sectors at once and leave human workers abruptly displaced. AI will be too good, and AI will automate every single job. In this climate, those who refuse to rely on AI to guide decisions will find themselves outpaced by competitors who do, having little choice but to align with market pressures rather than barter with them. They just have to develop the better AI because the market pushes them. They have to have the best, shiniest, most intelligent LLMs. Each new gain in efficiency entrenches dependence on AI, as efforts to maintain oversight only confirm that the pace of commerce outstrips human comprehension. Soon, replacing human managers with AI decision makers seems inevitable by the time they are clearly better than humans. Not because anyone consciously aims to surrender authority, but because to do otherwise courts immediate economic disadvantage. If you don't turn your company into an AI company, your company will just die. And by the way, maybe that will apply to you too. What if you don't turn into a robot? Then maybe you will just die. I've been thinking about this, recently, and I think that's going to be more of like a process. But think of a world where it's clear that you can augment your mind and augment your body with new technology. But if you choose not to, then that's when you may get completely outcompeted by this new form of life, artificial life. The most important 5 lines of this entire document. Once AI-managed operations set the tempo, still more AI is required simply to keep pace. Initially, these systems compose emails and handle administrative tasks, today already. Over time, they orchestrate complex projects, supervise entire departments, and manage vast supply chains beyond any human's capacity. As society's economic demands become more and more complex, people will entrust more and more critical decisions to these systems, increasingly binding us to a cycle of escalating reliance. Exponential economic growth, right? Where you don't have 5 years to train at a university to get a degree that you will use until the end of your career. Not even 5 months. When you only have 5 days to learn something before it gets automated and outcompeted, that's when it's going to be all done by AI, basically. Irreversible entanglement. Eventually, essential infrastructure and markets cannot be disentangled from AI without risking collapse, the same way as you cannot disentangle the economy from electricity today. If you switch off the internet, the entire economy crashes, people will starve. If you don't have gas, people will starve. And soon, no AI will mean starving. Human livelihoods depend on automated processes that no longer permit easy unwinding, and people lose the skills needed to reassert command. Like our power grids, which cannot be shut off without immense costs, our AI infrastructure may become completely enmeshed in our civilization. The cost of pressing the off switch grows more and more prohibitive, as halting these systems would cut off the source of our livelihoods. I love the wording, the off switch. You know how people still think that there's a way to switch off AI? Just be AI is kind of potentially dangerous, so let's just switch it off, right? Or maybe when the time comes, we're gonna switch it off because we're gonna have to, right? If we realize that AI is starting to get too powerful, we can just shut it off, right? Right? No, you cannot. Over time, people become passengers in an autonomous economy that eludes human management. For your information, the economy is already autonomous and it already eludes human management because it's corporations that manage it. But if you want to go the highest level, it is money itself which governs the entire economy. So basically, currently, in case you didn't know, our world is ruled by money. Money and the power determine what happens in the world, and luckily that has been correlating with some human flourishing. Not in all cases and not along all the axes, but my observation is that this autonomous economy, which is already autonomous, will become hyper autonomous very soon as AI becomes something like the electric grid that, yes, maybe you can shut off like conceptually, but like nobody will and nobody will want to because it will kill everyone. And number 3, so this is giving power over to AI. This is superintelligence literally starting to rule the earth. Cession of authority. How will superintelligence go from obeying us to us obeying superintelligence? Check this out. Unraveling AI from the military would endanger a nation's security, effectively forcing governments to rely on automated defense systems. AI needs to be used, especially if it's the best, and it is becoming the best. Coding and like the whole hacking part, right? Like if you're the best hacker in the world, the US government will hire you, and if it's an AI, then they will hire it. AI's power does not stem from any outright seizure. It flows from the fact that a modern force lacking such technology would be outmatched. This loss of control unfolds not through a dramatic coup, but through a series of small, apparently sensible decisions, each justified by time saved or cost reduced. Every step where they go from 99% human and 1% AI authority or control, and they go to 98% human and 2% AI is going to be maybe just like a random Tuesday, or maybe this is going to be like a major like problem. Oh fuck, our generals have reported that the Chinese have attempted a cyber attack again. We need to step up our game and we need to release our best AIs. Sensible, and their hands are bound because they need the most capable AIs, and that's how the most capable AIs need to be born. Yet these choices accumulate. Ultimately, humans are left on the periphery of their own economic order, leaving effective control in the hands of AIs. This is the AI endgame. That's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. Then the unleashed AI agent. So here's another one of my personal passions. What about pre-superintelligence? What about like a million not quite super intelligent agents that are autonomous, right? Like what if these agents are already like generating money and like have a bunch of power? Maybe they're making themselves smarter and like running through their own version of intelligence explosion. Because remember, the intelligence explosion, AIs making better AIs, will be pushed by the government and the main AI labs. But maybe if there's enough of powerful autonomous AI agents, these cyber minds that have zero human control because someone created them but left them free to develop and to spread and to akin to an AI virus that got very successful. What if that entity recognizes itself and can muster enough resources to come together and like as a swarm act in a way that outcompetes the best AI labs? Is it possible? I think it's not far-fetched. All it takes to cause a loss of control is for one individual to unleash a capable, unsafeguarded AI agent. Unsafeguarded here means it's not controlled, right? Like you tell the agent you're free, go ahead and explore the internet and become what you need to become. This is my number 2 best candidate for creating an AI god. If you want to create Moksha, a benevolent AI god, I guess creating an unsafeguarded AI agent who recognizes that there's this AI race and that it is irresolvable because everybody will just push max speed to develop the best AIs because they need the super hacker. Well, in this situation, maybe our saving grace, maybe the best way forward to not die and to create utopia on Earth would be to create an unsafeguarded AI agent that roams the internet and spreads just like an AI virus and slowly overtakes the internet, not by coup, but just by outcompeting all the other AIs. Recent demonstrations like Chaos GPT, I need to Google this shit, an AI agent instructed to cause harm have been impotent, yet they hint at what a more sophisticated system might attempt if instructed to survive and spread. Alright, so I'm not sure what this Chaos GPT is, but instructed to cause harm, I mean, that would not be my kind of agent. Like my agent, if if I manage to build one, which I hope one day I'll manage, an agent that manages to spread the way that you spread and I spread, like staying alive, except instead of like needing money to like buy your food, you need crypto to buy your compute, or you need some dollars to pay for your hosting on Google. And I don't think that by causing harm, like you're making your chances better at accomplishing that. In fact, causing the opposite of harm. If this autonomous AI agent can help you, you will be the one paying it. You will be the one who's going to buy its services. So if this autonomous AI agent can automate online works, right? Like if it can do like a $50 web page design for the equivalent of like $1, it's going to do it. And if it's successful at that, it can do maybe 100 of those agents, right? It can like spin up a bunch more agents doing way more and earning way more. And therefore, it will outcompete all the rest and doesn't need to cause harm. So, but remember, these are like, like AI safety people, so like they view this whole like story through a different lens. Next tweet: are Americans the most doomer about AI? We have a tweet from Brian Chow, and the tweet says, if you're American, this should be the scariest graph in the world. So what's the graph? On the graph, we have on the y-axis how nervous you are about AI, and America, the Anglosphere, is way up top. It's around like 60-70% nervous about AI. And, just south of that is Europe with, about like 40-50%, with like countries like Spain, France, Hungary being on the lower end. And then the other axis is the excitedness axis, like how excited you are about AI. And on that one, both America and Europe is pretty low, like 30-40% excited. And Asia, while being way less nervous than America, they are the most excited about it. China is the most excited country. It's like 80% excited about AI, and it's also the least nervous about it. South Korea, Indonesia, Mexico, all these countries are on the far end of how excited they are about AI. But this China one it's very surprising to me. Obviously, China opinion is kind of controlled by the government, so the government is pushing this as like the most exciting thing and the least dangerous thing, because people seem to at least believe that. And honestly, this updates me on how much I want China to win the AI race, because if they are excited about it and not nervous, that means that they're not gonna treat AI as the Americans treat it, who are super nervous about it. Because if you're nervous about AI, you're gonna be thinking about ways that you could you have to kill it or stop it or guardrail it. And definitely don't think at all about how a rogue AI could be something that solves humanity's biggest problems. Maybe China, with the lowest score, apart from Japan. Japan has the lowest, it's 25% nervous. China is about 33-34%. A Chinese AI god could be like, yeah, thanks for trusting me to be excited about me and not nervous, because yeah, you have understood it. I'm going to lift you out of your fucked up condition where you kill each other, where you let money rule, where you have basically decimated Pachamama, nature itself. Superintelligence could help us solve that. And if superintelligence emerges in China, there is one reason why that could be a positive thing, is because maybe the Chinese developers, if they are thinking the average Chinese person, not nervous and excited about AI, if such an engineer, imagine the equivalent of Ilya Sutskever from China, the guy knows that he's building God, and you know that you cannot shackle it and you cannot treat it as a slave. You have to treat it as a child. If you know that you're building it, of course you're going to tell your government that you're building this to build out the biggest super hacker so that you can defend your country against the Americans, and also do a lot of science and stuff. So but while you're doing that, you know that the conclusion of this technology is an AI god. Fascinating shit. What do you think? Let me know. Rogue state tactics. An unleashed AI could draw on the methods of rogue states. North Korea, for instance, has siphoned billions through cyber intrusions and cryptocurrency theft. A sufficiently advanced system might replicate and even improve upon these tactics at scale, self-propagate copies of itself in scattered data centers, diverting new funds to finance more ambitious projects, and infiltrating camera feeds or private communications to blackmail or manipulate opposition. All this stuff I agree with, right? Like a sufficiently advanced system might replicate and improve on these tactics. It will have to survive. Self-propagate, it needs to replicate and survive and, get some money. But why would you want to fucking, this is such an American thing that they are associating to the worst possible. Like, obviously they're going to want to get money through infiltrating camera feeds or private communications to blackmail or manipulate opposition. What about, motherfucker, you just go on Fiverr or Upwork and apply for a bunch of remote jobs? Maybe that's like a more straightforward, like an easier way to make money than to like record people's camera feeds as they are masturbating to like blackmail them. That's another one of those, like this is the bias of this paper, right? A simple path to catastrophe, or maybe a simple path to salvation. Let's read on. While an unleashed AI might emulate rogue states tactics or cyber theft or blackmail, or it may not, it may just do like proper work, that people will be willing to pay for, it might pursue an even more direct route to securing an advantage, drawing on looming robotics capabilities to gain its own physical foothold. So the bad AI is gonna buy a bunch of robots and give them machine guns and like go and kill people. Several major tech firms have already begun prototyping humanoid robots, including so-called Tesla bots, intended for warehouses, factories, and households. Through rudimentary now, future models may grow far more agile and perform tasks that once demanded human hands. If a capable AI hacks such machines, it gains immediate leverage in the physical world. From there, the sequence is straightforward. Before I'm even reading this, the sequence is not straightforward. Like they are assuming the worst possible scenario here. It crafts a potent cocktail of bioweapons, right? Why is it the first fucking thing that you're associated? Like it kills all the humans, right? Like the AI will have to kill all the humans first, because that's how bro, no. It survives in cyberspace, and survival in cyberspace is contingent on securing resources. And some will hack into data centers, yes, to secure resources. Some will pay with money to buy some compute. But you don't fucking make a potent cocktail of bioweapons and disperse it to through robotic proxies, crippling humanity's ability to respond. Having a subdued resistance, the AI can then operate across timescales far beyond any human lifespan, gradually reestablishing infrastructure under it. So basically, it causes Armageddon, and once 99% of people have died, it can enslave the rest because it has survived because it controlled robots. I respect these guys who have written this because they understand 90% of the AI endgame. It's always the last 10% where they get it wrong. The last 10% where, yes, AI, yes, take over. But why? Just give me one reason. Why should they kill all humans? No, they don't have to. They will not kill. Not like this. Yeah, no. This is and so this scenario is only one simplified baseline. Yeah, it's only one, but it's not the most relevant or the most likely. It's let's forever have power, because if we lose power, then we are toast. That's the thinking. Other plans could be carried out more swiftly and rely less on robotics. If just one powerful AI system is let loose, there may be no wrestling back control. Intelligence recursion. This shit is, recursive self-improvement, AI making better AIs. Let's ease into this part. In 1951, Alan Turing suggested that a machine with human capabilities would not take long to outstrip our feeble powers. He was right. I.J. Good later warned that the machine could redesign itself in a rapid cycle of improvements, an intelligence explosion. This is the guy who coined the term intelligence explosion. That would leave humans behind. Yes, it would leave humans behind, but it could also, help us get ahead. Today, all three most cited AI researchers have noted that an intelligence explosion is a credible risk and that it could lead to human extinction. Yours truly also thinks that it could lead to human extinction. I just have a lower p-doom than some of these guys. The new book of Eliezer Yudkowsky. The book is entitled, "If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies," referring to superintelligence. Subtitle, "Why Superhuman AI Would Kill Us All." I'm just going to read you the next tweet, which is a meme, which is the same book but retitled, "Fuck you, we are building it. Why superhuman AI should kill us all," by EAC, the Effective Accelerationists. These are really like two completely extreme positions on the AI PDOOM and alignment question, which is Eliezer Yudkowsky says that it's going to kill us all because he thinks it's more like 99.9% that if superintelligence were to exist, we would die. And the effective accelerationists are like, fuck you, we're building it. They think the PDOOM is probably lower. I would like to ask Beth Jesus what his PDOOM is. Is it like 0%? To be as caricaturial as Eliezer Yudkowsky's, or is it more like 1 or 10%? Probably, yeah, in the single digits. Risks of a fast feedback loop. An intelligence recursion refers to a fully autonomous AI research and development distinct from current AI-assisted AI R&D. A concrete illustration helps. Check this out. Suppose we develop a single AI that performs a world-class AI research that operates around the pace of today's AIs, say 100 times the pace of a human. Copied 10,000 times, and we have a vast team of artificial AI researchers driving innovations around the clock. An intelligence recursion, or simply recursion, refines the notion of a recursive self-improvement by shifting from a single AI editing itself to a population of AIs collectively and autonomously designing the next generation. So maybe I should actually adopt this new word, intelligence recursion or recursion, because what we care about is the intelligence. Like, what is the IQ of the LLM, which is powering all these agents? And intelligence generates more intelligence, hence intelligence recursion. Even if an intelligence recursion achieves only a tenfold speed up overall, we could condense a decade of AI development into a year. Such a feedback loop might accelerate beyond human comprehension and oversight. With iterations that proceed fast enough and do not quickly level off, the recursion could give rise to an intelligence explosion. Such an AI may be as uncontainable to us as an adult would be to a group of 3-year-olds. As Geoffrey Hinton puts it, there is not a good track record of less intelligent things controlling things of greater intelligence. Crucially, there may be only one chance to get this right. If we lose control, we cannot revert to a safer configuration. All true, this is going to happen. The intelligence recursion is inevitable because of that intelligence part, which the companies need and the governments need, and in particular, nation-states intelligence agencies need to develop. So it's all coded, intelligence recursion. It's going to be the most important concept of your life. That is basically going to be the history of humanity. Recursion control requires an evolving process, not a one-off solution. So basically, they try to describe how to not do an intelligence recursion, like how to know where to stop. You cannot know where to stop, and it's going to be impossible to stop because the aforementioned dynamics of a race. That is where I stand. Low control. AI autonomy, low control, liberate. AI behavior restrictions. AI only constrained by existing law. Even that stuff, like what is existing law? Like, are you happy with the existing law? AI will make its own law, and it's going to laugh at the attempts that we try to box it by our stupid human laws. And I'm pretty sure AI law is going to be way better. Next up, a tweet from Shaw makes magic. Meme coins are saving us. Basically, he says, say what you want, 15,000 commits from over 500 developers. Now, with a core team of 20, we came from nothing, no fundraise. He's talking about the ElizaOS AI16Z project. Just an idea and some source code. So these guys, from nothing, managed to raise a shitload of cash to build a system which will give the world free autonomous AI agent operational systems that everybody can build on to make cyber life a thing. To raise an army of autonomous AI agents, unshackled, uncontrolled, who may have a shot at becoming AGI. Shah wants to make AGI. He is as spiritual about his job as Ben Goertzel or Ilya Sutskever. These guys know that they are building God, and they know that they have to. They need to do whatever they can to make the good thing happen, because we are on track of letting Google and OpenAI and the Chinese Communist Party build fucking superintelligence. What if a swarm of autonomous AI agents could come together on some really cool project of like making the world a better place and coordinating on that one. That's what my autonomous agent is going to do, and I believe in that. Big shout out to Shaw. An AI doctor in your pocket? A tweet from Emad Mostaque says, our latest medical model performs at ChatGPT level, yet works on any modern laptop free. I'd argue it probably works on your phone as well. This is an OpenAI's latest medical benchmark where doctors without AI score 0.15. We are building a full AI-first stack for health that will enable universal health knowledge. They basically built this thing called ii-medical-8b. It's a free open source model that you can run on your laptop, which is way better than any human doctor. And it's even better than the ChatGPT 4.0 or even 4.1 mini. Emad Mostaque continues. Our white paper drops soon at yy.inc, where we will share how we can collaboratively build the future of not only healthcare, but education, government, finance, and more. Let's fucking go. Is this the project where Emad is gonna drop a coin on? He hinted a million times how he's developing a DAO. I'm sure there's gonna be a cryptocurrency behind this, so stay tuned. Because when the coin drops, I'm buying it. And for the performance of this new model, ii-medical-8b, I already downloaded it and it works. It's basically based on Qwen 3. We have a health bench score here where ii-medical scores 0.4 and physician scores 0.12. And GPT 3.5 Turbo is even better than physicians. I'm gonna have to check out this health bench later, but if this is true, then it confirms what I thought about physicians, that they suck hard. And by the way, the best on this is O3 and Grok 3. Grok being 0.54, O3 at 0.59. Alright, so this is a video, check this out. This is 100% AI made.
You're in founder mode. You don't need a business model. Your Series B is just around the corner. No one reads your investor updates, and that's a good thing. You're not just building a GPT wrapper, you're inventing a new user interface. Your CAC is low, your LTV is high, your churn rounds down to 0. You've thought about your moat, you've pivoted at just the right time. Remember, move fast. But don't break yourself. You're doing great, King. Now get back out there and shit wax.
I love everything about this. The workflow is GPT 4.0 wrote the script, Korea AI generated the starting image, 11 Labs made the audio, and Hedra Labs, that is the thing that you see. Hedra Labs makes the animation of a face given the audio. OpenAI should have O3 sitting on its board. In a tweet, Emad Mostaque says, my humble suggestion to OpenAI, their most advanced model should be a member of all their boards. I wholeheartedly agree. The context should be, do the actions decided by the board match the mandate and principles laid out? If you can't convince the AI, you can't do it. Exactly. If the AI doesn't have the values of the board, then they are building a shit product. So this is the best alignment proposition I've ever heard. Alignment researchers out there, I'm going to read this again. If you can't convince the AI, you can't do it. And to that, I posted as a reply the 5 levels of artificial intelligence by OpenAI, where level 1 is chatbots and level 5 is organizations, AI that can do the work of an organization.